Good morning. Now, it's early o'clock again in the morning, and I thought to myself, a busy day ahead, but if I'm going to make any content, I better do it now. Now, there are a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. The first is yesterday I did a quick video on the Omega and I'd set the time, and today I wanted to look at the timing after 24 hours to take a note of the time accuracy. And I've had a quick glance at it and it looks pretty good, but I thought I'd turn the camera around and show you that. But also I wanted to talk a little bit about watches, and are you a watch collector or a watch enthusiast, and is there really a difference? I'm not sure that there is, but there was something that Andrew McCutcheon of Time and Tide said, and I thought it was very interesting with respect to, are you an enthusiast or a collector? Is there a difference? And what does it mean, if you like watches, and if you do you use them today, or are they really an object that you don't really need, and it's more of a fashion accessory or an item of jewelry or something that you wear? Anyway, I thought I would chat about that, but first of all I'll turn the camera around and let's have a look at the accuracy of this Omega Speedmaster. So yesterday I'd actually set this to a time reference, and fortunately it was literally 10 past 10, which of course is the very traditional hand setting time that lots of brands, lots of watches are set to for creating press material and photographs and that sort of thing. And I need to get my G-Shock. Hold on. Now, I've just grabbed one of my MRGs because of the I'm using the reference time on the digital watch, but I've just thought to myself, I'm not sure that it's synchronized, but if I hold this button in, it should synchronize, because I believe that the watch that I set my Omega to yesterday was synced. So we'll get a reference point there in a moment, but just whilst that is grabbing its time, let me take this one off. And I do like it on the rubber strap. That has been this is such a cool strap, and it was a little tight yesterday, I think because of the rubber and because that 20mm gap there, lug width, it fits the metal bracelet perfect, but this being a rubber strap, it's a little chunkier, so it fits very snugly. But the rubber strap articulates very nice now, and because the weather has been warm, these apertures in the strap help it ventilate and keep it cool. It's really nice. Let's see what we've got. So this is actually because I probably don't have the app switched on my phone. It's actually using, looking for an atomic time signal. That's why that's happening. But it's probably within seconds anyway of what the time should be. And I think, yeah, I've got a new stand, and so I've got plenty of space here. But actually, before, whilst that is grabbing the time signal, and because I have a hunch what the accuracy of this is, I thought I would quickly show you this. Now, this is my father's watch, and I noticed it on the table side, and I thought, what an interesting thing. And then as I looked at it, I thought, actually, this is really quite cool. And it is a little smaller than the Omega. Now, of course, there's a trend at the moment towards smaller watches, and that's not really my thing at all. But it has a Lumibrite dial, and I thought, some watches are doing that today, and it's the latest rage. But this little Lorus has obviously been doing Lumibrite dials for a long time. There you go, look at that, Lumibrite. And I don't know, actually maybe I can darken the room a little, and so you can just start to see the the Lumibrite there. How cool is that, huh? Let me zoom in a little further, actually. Doesn't look too good. We should be all right there. Look at that. But I've just thought, let me get the calipers so I can show you the dimensions. So by the way, this caliper is plastic, and I probably got it years ago, and it might have been one of those purchases that cost a grand total of £2.99. And on camera, not on camera, if you're just looking at it, I suppose the detail is a little difficult to read, but on camera it's perfect, and it's plastic, so you don't harm the thing that you're measuring. And I need more than one hand, and actually I always make a coffee, and there we go. So let me get the measurements. Actually, first of all, let me put it on my wrist. You can see this is quite a small watch, and it's got this NATO style strap with a single pass through. And I'm not really a NATO fan. For some reason, I've never worn a NATO strap, and they don't really grab me. But for some reason, this watch has sort of grabbed my attention, and I thought, knowing me, you know, I might wear it at some point to show off. And oops, I nearly dropped my camera there. Hold on, let me. You literally saw an accident happening for real, but I've almost done that. There we go. I mean, I suppose the sizing is really not bad at all, is it? And it looks quite good. I actually don't mind this at all. And of course it's quartz, and it is sort of cool, isn't it? And I would possibly wear this, you know. I don't know when, but it has grabbed me. I'm not really a NATO strap person. I don't like the NATO, but it sort of fits this watch, and I understand. My dad wears it, so I don't really mind. But let's just get the thickness. So the thickness is that 9mm? Hold on, I'm going to zoom in so we can. And I've got the caliper on the actual case, so that is that's 8mm. That's a thin watch, and as you know, I'm not really a thin watch person either. Well, let's get the lug to lug. This is going to be fun. So what is that? 16.5. Well, so let's call that 17mm lug width. That is kind of cool, isn't it? Oh no, hold on. I wasn't doing it properly. Okay, no, 18mm. I was going to say, how can it be 17.5mm? No, that's definitely, hold on. It's because I've got the camera in the way. There we go. That's definitely 18mm. So we have. I'm going to do the case once again, just to make sure that I haven't got the. That's definitely 8mm case. We have an 18mm lug width, which is kind of cool, and the diameter is, what's the diameter? 30. It's actually 37, and that's not bad actually, is it? That's really not bad. Anyway, I grabbed this. I thought it was cool. I love the fact it had a Lumibrite dial. And let me close the window again, and see if we can see. Look at the lume on that. Now that's what you call a lumed dial. And this is Lorus, and this is a Lumibrite dial by Lorus. And I've got a feeling that this watch is 10 years old, at least. So look at the condition that it's in. I mean, I'm sure that the case is steel. The crystal, I can't imagine it's sapphire. It must be, you know, a hard plastic type of crystal. But the watch is in great condition, and knowing my father, this watch probably cost nothing. and but it is quite a cool watch, isn't it? I am really quite impressed. Anyway, let me put the Lumibrite Lorus aside and pull the main items into play. Now, whilst I was doing that, the G-Shock had synchronized with the multiband, so we've got a true time reference there. And so we're only about an hour off, so we're about 23 hours in. Now, so yesterday this was set exactly to the correct time that my other square was set to. So what's the differential we've got here? Now you can roughly see that the omega is coming up to 9:15. So if we look at the seconds on the G-Shock, if we look there, bang, we can see that that was 56, indicating this is 4 seconds behind. But if we just wait for a moment, and so I can see the seconds hand on the omega. Let's see if we can get another reference there. And so so we know that the omega has gone slightly fast, and so we're just looking for a clear to capture a clear differential between the seconds here and the seconds on the G-Shock. So if we go bang there, that was 26, was it? 25, 26. Let me go to 15. Right, so when this goes to 45, let's get the seconds here. 1:47, indicating it's 3 seconds behind. So we've got 4 seconds behind, 3 seconds behind. Let's get it bang on the top again. Okay, we are there. 55. Okay, so it's roughly between 4 and 5 seconds fast. Now, so that's almost 24 hours, and we know that the omega is COSC certified, and I think COSC is the timing. It's about -4 seconds plus 6 seconds, with a full differential of 10 seconds there. So that means that the omega is within COSC, because it is +4 +5 seconds a day, a 24-hour period measured in real life. So that's me wearing this thing and it being put down overnight, and we end up with a differential of between 4 and 5 seconds fast. So that is within COSC. It indicates that it's running perfectly. And I think my other Speedmaster with the black dial, I think that's tighter, and I really should have set that going as well. Actually, why didn't I do that? Anyway, so we can see that this bad boy is within COSC. It's between +4 +5 seconds per day fast, based on the conditions that I wore it yesterday and the fact it was dial up last night. But I suppose that's quite pleasing. And then I think, what's nice about mechanical watches is that you do have this level of interaction, and that is an example of it. And I suppose I do like that. It is very, very nice. So let me call this video right there, and if I can get those into the middle. Why don't I do that? Let me zoom in, and because this will be my end shot. There we go. 3 very different watches. That actually would be a watch collection, wouldn't it? That would be quite cool. Anyway, there you go. The omega is within COSC. The MRG synchronized to the atomic time, and we have a Lumibrite Lorus that surprisingly is very cool, and I do like it, even though it's got a NATO strap. But there you go. So I'd forgotten to actually, at the beginning of the video, I spoke about also talking about being a watch collector or a watch enthusiast. But then I realised that I'm running out of time today, and I won't do it justice. But I thought I would very quickly talk about are you a watch collector or a watch enthusiast? because Andrew McCutcheon in an interview had said that he considers that he's not really a watch collector, he's more of an enthusiast. Now I'm ad-libbing here, so I do apologise if I've got the detail wrong, but when I quickly watched the video I walked away and I thought that's a really interesting point that he's making, because sometimes I look at myself and I think, Stephen, what an idiot. You have 24 watches that are the same watch, just different colorways, and I've got a very heavy G-Shock collection, and then I have these 2 Speedmasters, and then I have a Frogman, and I think that's all the watches I've got. But often I've thought to myself, am I a collector or an enthusiast? Am I someone that just likes watches? And I thought that we have 2 different words there, and there is a differential, because I think that a collector is I think I probably fall into the category of both a collector and enthusiast, because I believe essentially a collector is someone that will collect a style of watch. And in my own collection you can see that I'm definitely that type of person, because I have so many G-Shock squares, and then when I do have a mechanical watch, it is the Omega Speedmaster, but it's again the exact same watch, just a different colorway. So I've really only got 2 types of watches in my collection, G-Shocks and Omega Speedmasters. So that would definitely mean I'm probably a collector, because it's the same watch, different colors, and for some crazy reason, I've decided that this is the way forward and what I should be doing. But Andrew McCutcheon said he's not a collector, he's an enthusiast. And if you look at his collection, each watch is very different. He doesn't really collect the same watch in a different colorway. Every watch is actually quite different, and I thought that was so interesting, because that is probably the differential of being a collector and an enthusiast. So an enthusiast perhaps is a person that is interested in horology, in timepieces, wouldn't necessarily buy 2 of the same watch but in different colours. They would get very different watches, so they might have a collection of 3 or 5 watches. I suppose a watch enthusiast, yes, you could just be a 1 watch person, because you specifically like, for example, the Rolex Submariner, and that might be the only watch that you want and have, and you like looking at other watches. It doesn't matter what they are, but you are interested in other wristwatches, so that would qualify you as an enthusiast, not necessarily a collector, because you only have the 1 watch. Where you have an idiot like me that has basically 2 watches, but I have hundreds of each. Well, I have many of the G-Shock square type. But then, yes, I came across the Speedmaster Mark II and decided, I really like the design and I like these colorways. So this is just a quick video about the differential between a collector and an enthusiast. I'm not going to do this talk justice, and I need to talk a bit more about it, and I also need to plan what I'm going to say. But because I'd mentioned it at the beginning of the video, I thought it was important for me to stick in here. So there you go. Watch enthusiast, watch collector. I believe I am both. But if you are an enthusiast, it simply means that you like watches. So actually, I wanted to add, you might just have an Apple Watch or a quartz digital watch, and it might be your only watch, but it doesn't stop you being a watch enthusiast, because you do take note of other watches and you are interested in what those other watches look like. So you are an enthusiast, you're not necessarily a collector. Idiots like me are the collector type. Well, collector and enthusiast. Anyway, I will come back to this. Hopefully I've just captured a little bit at the end of this video. And I will say goodbye for now and have a good day.